Here's how I went from shipping 1 to 2 commits per day to shipping almost 22 commits in a day through this Claude Code framework called Gstack. So for those who don't know, I have this website called radio.ai where it's basically your AI ghostwriter for LinkedIn. Every single feature has been written by Claude Code, mostly vibe coded, and I've been pushing out features consistently at an insane pace using Gstack. So what is Gstack? Gstack was made by this guy who is Garry Tan, the president and CEO of Y Combinator. And today we're going to go over how to install it, what exactly is it, and how to utilize the framework to push out as much code as possible. Here is Gstack, which is the repository where you can basically clone this exact repo. And it's Garry Tan's exact Claude Code setup, 23 opinionated tools that serve as CEO, designer, engineering manager, release manager, doc engineer, and QA. To get started, it's really quick. So to install Gstack, it's very simple. All you have to do is copy this command, copy it, paste it in your Claude Code, and just accept all the bash commands. And that is it. There are other options depending on if you want to use this for OpenClaw or even Codex. It's pretty similar, but you'll just have to use the Codex skills instead of installing it with the Claude skills. And so what exactly did this do? So if we go to our .claude files and go to skills, you can see that we basically added a bunch of Gstack skills. Here are all the new skills that we added. So there are agents, autoplan, browse, codex, design, SEO. Just again, tons of different skills that Garry Tan made himself. And so if you open some of these, say we want to use the CEO skill, this skill acts as a CEO. So if we're looking at an example at the plan CEO, you can just see how extensive these skills are. The biggest reason and the biggest unlock on why I've been able to push out so much code is because skills really give you the guidelines or like rails to make sure you're not writing something that could be destructive. You might as well start out with something like this instead of writing skills from scratch, because all the edge cases are already thought out here. Now let's just go through the different workflows on how this should work. If you're creating a net new project, the first thing you want to ask it is like, hey, this is my idea. I want to build a daily briefing app for a calendar. And then you'll use the skill/office hours where Claude Code will act as somebody in the YC advisor space. I'll say like, are you sure about that? Can we think about this further? What are the current competitors on the space? Is the idea niche enough? We'll drill that down into building something that is actually needed in the space. And then from there, we can also ask it generic stuff like plan CEO reviews, what to work on next, plan engineering review, look at specific engineering, coding, error paths, /review, which will basically act as your code review and look at if there are any security issues, any assumptions that you missed. And lastly, I use ship a lot, which creates a new PR and is really easy for you to just merge it. So to show you this in action, I am going to make a quick little app for you. Let's make a SaaS app where we can transform property photos from photos taken on an iPhone to photos that looks extremely well polished and is ready to be published on Zillow. Basically, I want to make a SaaS app, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the skill, which is a / do some office hours. So because we use the skill office hours will basically ask clarifying questions of this startup. It'll force you to make sure that you're creating an app that actually has product market fit already. So it's going to ask you multiple questions, and then you're just going to answer it. So it says, got it, property photo enhancement for real estate listings. Before I push on this, I need one thing from you. So it says, what's your goal with this? So it's probably going to be a startup. It will question the creation of this app. It says, there are already a dozen AI listing photos out there. Photo Up, Box Brownie, Virtual Staging AI. Zillow itself is rolling out auto enhancement in their Premier Agent product. So you're not entering an empty market. You are entering a knife fight. Ask you specific questions on your idea. What's the strongest evidence anyone actually wants this from you specifically? I'm asking what proof do you have that someone would pay you money to fix them instead of one of the 10 tools that are already listed, or hiring an $100.50 photographer. I want behavior, someone who's offering you cash someone's calling you, someone hacking together a workaround. Without real demand evidence, you build a beautiful product nobody buys, burn 6 months, and end up in the AI tool graveyard with 100 other listing photo startups. I think you get the point. It will just continue asking and drilling in on the questions and the pain points. Okay, so what happened is that essentially Gstack created its own project called .gstack.projects.stack. And this new one called New Venture. Click into it, which is this. It basically lists out the exact role of this project. So the design, the problem statement, demand evidence, status quo, existing AI tools. It will use this document to reference anything like these existing AI tools, to look at the constraints, and then it will give answers based on this .md file. So that was the very first skill that you should use if you're building a project that's net new. So the plan office hours told me that I should start accomplishing V0 first, which is to basically start texting people, validation, get people to actually pay for the product first. And once we do that, then we can start building the web page. Say I did that, the product is validated. Now, when I want to build a web page, I'm going to run the skill of plan-eng-review, which will change the lens of Claude Code into an engineer, and will ask architecture, data flow, diagrams, edge cases, test coverage, and performance. So I'm going to accept yes. And again, I'm just going to let it do this thing. It's going to ask me a few questions. And then from there, we'll see the results. So this is the results of the plan-eng-review. Like the office hours skill that we used before, basically Claude Code will narrow down some of the questions so we build the right architecture for the right project. So initially it asked, what stack do you want? It recommended Supabase, Stripe, and Replicate. So I just accepted that. It then started to write an MD file on how this will get built. So this is actually what the plan engineering skill does, is that it'll write the architecture, diagram it out, all the page route and file structure. It will basically architect all this for you so it can always reference this in the future. And so as you can see for the architecture, we're building with Next.js. There's a drag and drop zone with real-time progress UI. Supabase is used for auth. And once that drag and drop happens, we'll fire off the job/create, and then from there, some certain downstream process will happen. It will also go into detail with the schema. So in this example, we'll have the user schema with ID, email, and created at, number of units user has, as well as the photos they own, and so on and so forth. As we kept narrowing down and asking more questions, for example, it asked me another question of pricing tiers. It updates the doc. So this thing will basically happen recursively until it has all the answers figured out and writes it in this engineering plan doc. And at the end of this, it finishes the engineering review, which gives the status as clear and required as yes. So Gstack pushes you to do other reviews such as design reviews, which we'll touch on later, and a CEO review, which is adding features to an already existing repo, not a net new repo like ours. So like the CEO review doesn't really make sense in this specific example. So at the end of it, it will give you this .md file. And then from there, I just said, let's just build it. So we built the actual code. And then from there, it started implementing everything. So from there, we had all the to-dos coming from the plan engineering design. So set up Supabase, SQL migrations, auth pages, landing pricing, and so on and so forth, right? So now we finally are able to run our application, which I have here. This is the application that it wrote for us. Honestly, at first glance, it looks pretty bad, I'll be honest. It's listing snap. You have a pricing page with starter, pro, scale. You have sign in, see pricing. But in general, this is not impressive. I will totally agree with that. So in order to make this more impressive, we're gonna invoke another skill called the plan design review, where Gstack is gonna help us determine the theme of our website, what fonts we use, the spacing we use. So let's invoke the skill and see what we get at the end of it. Hey Claude, I don't love the style of our landing page. Let's create something that looks much more elevated, and let's improve the landing page so it looks more elegant, something like that. And then we're gonna fire off the plan design review. So it's gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna be answering questions, and from there, let's see the results. All right, guys. So after running the plan design review, once again, it asked several questions on what kind of design we are going for. It initially rated the design rating as a 2 out of 10. It said there's AI slop, there's no brand expression, photography is invisible. And then it went through, asked me some questions. It asked what kind of theme I was going for. And then it went to go and build me some mock-ups so I can see what design I want to choose. Built me 3 separate mock-ups to look at: the magazine cover, editorial split, as well as the type first manifesto. And long story short, it created mock-ups here in my browser and is now asking me to select which kind of theme we want to go for our landing page. So number 1 is a magazine cover. Exactly this, iPhone photos in, Zillow ready photos out. Looks really nice. Number 2 is an editorial split, 55 by 45 vertical split. Again, looks pretty nice, but I don't think it exactly sells SaaS. And then lastly is this type first manifesto. I think this looks the best. It does look the most like SaaS ready. Oh, and you can open it live as well, which is really nice. So I am going to, it actually recommended I choose B. I'll go with C. It'll update my design.md file. So ultimately I chose B, and it's probably going to ask some more questions. And then from there, it's ultimately going to create a design.md file, which is going to act as my source of truth for the design language of this landing page. Eventually, it fixed all the to-dos and turned my landing page, which was bleak and bland before, into exactly what we wanted it to be, which was an editorial design. iPhone photos in, Zillow ready photos out. Dim iPhone photo before turned into something that's Zillow ready and is bright. There's a little how it works here, and then ultimately like a CTA. Here's the pricing. Pricing looks much better now. Before it was just black and white with, if we go to new unit, this is where you add your new unit as well as upload photos. History, this is where you see that all the photos are done and you can download it here. Some in progress, and then 1 failed. And so this would be the dashboard of users. Here's settings, again, fairly simple account as well as subscription. And that's about it. But with that one skill, we turned a bleak and boring landing page into something that's pretty beautiful to look at. To wrap up this PR, we're going to run another skill called /review, which basically does an overview of all these new files that we added for this PR. I even noticed that I was still on the main branch, but I had 530 lines of changes, and that it will just review these changes instead of looking at a new branch. But overall, it found a couple of issues. So 3 critical issues, 4 informational issues. So the first one was that the photos table had an update policy, but the app code does superbase.fromPhotos.update from user context clients. This is a showstopper. RLS on photos defines select and insert. So we need to change permissions here. Secondly, it noticed that my Stripe webhook was missing certain things. Again, it found this edge case that a user who takes 11 plus minutes to upload 50 photos will have a failing job. I think you get the point, but before we actually make a PR and ship these mistakes, Gstack will catch these mistakes before we push them to our main branch. So ask me what fixes I want to apply now. I'll do critical only, and then it will fix it on its own. So we're back with the changes. It has applied number 1, 2, and 3 changes to our /review skill. And you can see the line changes that it implemented. So create service client, changed the created at schema, added some comments here, and basically that was it. But overall, once the review is done, then we ship. And so once again, this is another skill that we have in Gstack. We ship the code to our GitHub branch. It will ultimately create a GitHub PR for us, and we can just click on the GitHub PR link and you can just merge it there. The last thing I want to touch upon with Gstack is to ship faster. So I know that you guys saw me walk through this workflow, but honestly, it took a long time through Claude Code because it requires you to answer so many questions. So for me, you can download this separate app called Conductor, which will allow you to create GitHub work trees for each little section of a project. And you can work on each async. And what's great about this is that it will give you a notification, for example, and it will give you a notification on when Claude Code is asking you to answer a prompt. So for example, I just forced Claude Code to trigger a waiting response for us. So like A or B. What's great about Conductor is that it'll give you an icon on the side of like, hey, this is waiting for you. And you can do this with unlimited amounts of workspaces. So if you want to work on 5 separate features at a time, it does require some context switching. So all in all, that is how I've been shipping code like a madman. Gstack has really been an unlock for me. Let me know if you like this video, whether I should go into even more skills that Gstack has to offer. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.